I stand before you today not as a student of DMA, but as a voice of concern. Concern that resides in the heart of every child, but perhaps has failed to reach yours. My mother says that children are the future. My father works tirelessly to provide us good education to fulfill our dreams. But have we ever paused to think if the very earth on which these dreams are to flourish doesn't survive, then what will happen of those dreams? Presently, the world is dealing with two wars, one in Europe and the other in West Asia. The global economy is still recovering and there is a cost of living crisis in many countries. So climate change might be the last thing on your mind, but that does not change the fact that it is happening and it's affecting all of us. The toxic air of Delhi, that's climate change. The typhoon in Philippines, that's climate change again. Dubai's record-breaking rain, Europe's blistering heat waves, floods in Brazil, Kenya and China, cyclone in Bangladesh, Sahara rainfall, and island nations sinking. All of this is climate change. It is the one thing that does not care about borders or politics, yet it remains an afterthought. Each summit, each deal is a reminder of what we have not done, of what we still refuse to do, but the clock is ticking. The planet won't wait for political consensus. The temperatures would keep rising, the floods will keep coming, and the sea level would swallow life and livelihood. We are sure each one of you would have purchased a water bottle one time or more. We use 1 million plastic bottles every minute and 1.5 billion per day across the world. Do you know what happens to these empty bottles? 80% of them end up in the landfills, leaking chemicals in the environment for over 400 years. Every year, around 8 million tons of plastic waste escapes into the ocean. Today, the microplastic is taking a toll on our health. Today, we are eating plastic, we are drinking plastic, and we are breathing plastic. Dear audience, climate change is not just a static data anymore. It is a lived experience. It is affecting every part of our life, taking us into its grip, unleashing a cascade of problems. New Delhi, the world's most polluted capital city, reached 428 air quality index. Here, 81% of families have at least one member suffering from health issues. Much of the India is in the same boat. Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, and West Bengal, the air quality levels are off the charts and breathing has become a struggle. Every year, around 2 million people die due to air pollution in India. The smoke is so thick that the satellite images look terrible and our cities turn into hazy, suffocating landscape as if we were a part of Kalki 289880. What kind of planet are you leaving for us? A scorched planet of advancing desert, impoverished landscape and ailing environment? You have stolen our dreams in our childhood with your empty promises. People are dying. The entire ecosystem is collapsing. We are in the beginning of mass extinction and all you talk about is money, business and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you? How dare you look away and say that you are doing enough when politics and solutions needed are still nowhere in sight? How dare you call yourself protectors, visionaries and guardians when you have turned a blind eye to the obvious? You will have everything, from high-speed roadways to futuristic airports and AI-managed avant-garde lifestyle, but when it comes to clean air to breathe, clean water to drink, you are simply ineffective, thanks to your needs, greed, and deeds. We call ourselves Homo sapiens, means wise men, but are we really so wise and smart? Breathing feels like poison and the water we drink reeks of chemical. Do you say yes instantly and buy mobile phone or gadgets or toys when your kids insist to change them? You might think, what difference does it make? But do you know that the consumption behavior of household account for up to 72% of global carbon emission? So to buy or not to buy, that is the real question. Our resources are already on the verge of depletion. How much burden are we going to put on this earth? You make tall claims, then why can't we see the changes? Things must be in black and white. There is no scope for gray areas when it comes to survival. What are you doing to stop the emissions? If burning fossil fuel was so bad that it threatened our existence, then how could we continue like before? Why weren't there any restrictions and why wasn't it made illegal? Why don't we ask our politicians to speak about improving river health, expanding tree covers, or achieving air quality standards? No, we don't. But we accept manifestos which offer free electricity and other freebies. Halting construction or shutting schools can't fix the problem. We require innovation and sustained effort. We require investment in technology, in public transport, and in behavioral changes. All we have to do is to wake up and change. Let's not just talk about hope in solar panel, wind power, circular economy, and so on. We have had 40 years of pep talking and selling positive ideas. We are sorry, it does not work. Because if it had, then the emissions would have gone by now, and the reality is they haven't. They haven't. You look at us, children for hope, but how can you? What we need more than hope is action. Once we begin to act, hope is everywhere. We have to understand that the earth we live on is a paradise. When we get food or medicine from trees, it is not just a coincidence, but a divine design where every species, from the sunflower to the starfish, are genetically connected. We must recognize it before it's too late. Global warming and environmental degradation are not real issues, but the symptom of our inner reflections of our loss with other creatures. The clock is ticking. Time is slipping very fast. Pollution crisis is a perpetual emergency about time, and the time for action is today. Only today. It's time for sustainable parenting. It's time for making mindful consumption and conscious choices. It's time for instilling values of sustainability and developing eco-friendly habits. We shouldn't be standing here to plead for something so obvious. How can you not see it? I am just a child, but I can see it. Our earth is dying, she is bleeding, and our future is slipping away, but I believe in change. I believe it's not too late. I believe in you. So let me ask you for the one last time. Will you be the reason we lose hope, or the reason we believe in miracles? You might not visualize life beyond 2050, but when I celebrate my 60th birthday, what will I tell my children and grandchildren when they ask, what kind of planet are you leaving for us? Think it over. Thank you.